Ask George is brought to you in association with International Cricket Tours. ICT are specialists in cricket-based holiday travel with a personal touch. So if you're looking to go to Sri Lanka, to New Zealand or to Australia this winter, look no further than International Cricket Tours.
Day 3 at Lord's, and it's time to ask George.
Have you noticed she's like a foot shorter than yesterday? What has happened?
I'm not wearing my
legs. It's weird. I don't know what to do. Have I grown?
No,
my hair has.
I'm not. I'm wearing sandals.
Anyway,
I'm
sorry.
Like,
Try not to be
no,
smutty.
We've got to do this with your face.
You could just make a face. Okay.
This is going to be hard
We'll
work
just
tonight.
keep touching it a bit to make it. Stop it. Don't be smutty.
I'm
You just
not
have to touch it
being
every few
smutty.
seconds. Come on.
George Wood asks,
Woody?
hello George.
We've got wood. Sorry. That's pathetic.
And you're blaming me.
It's pathetic. It's pathetic. I let myself down.
Yes.
I let polite inquiry. Ask George down. Oh God.
Oh,
What
George
noise is
Wood
that? Woody.
asks, am I the only person who thinks Crawley's behaviour during the final over was a disgrace?
Strong word, disgrace. I'm sure you're not the only person, but I don't think it was a disgrace. I think just about every pro batter in the world would have done the same, and I thought it was quite entertaining.
It certainly added some drama to the end of the day. I've just come from Tim Southey's press conference where he was reminding everyone that
Tim Southey, because that's the guy people want to speak to at the end of today, isn't it?
I was quite happy to speak to him. I
Who
like
remembers that Tim Southey
Southey.
hit her really hard? Well, kind of, not directly. Do you remember years and years ago?
10 years.
10 years, well. We were talking almost where we are now, and there was suddenly a shout of...
Hids, because they
Hids.
were New Zealanders.
and the ball hit her really hard on the back, made an incredible sound. I mean, people should sample it, make it into a drum track.
And it was Tim Southey.
And the first thing that anyone said, I think I asked you how you were, to be fair, and Nasha said that's going to be great for social media.
And it was great for social media.
It was. It's turned up on TV and all sorts of things.
Well, Tim Southey just said to me, I'll try not to hit you this time. So that was nice.
I don't think he remembered.
No, he did.
He just finds you really irritating. I think I may have just made a domestic violence joke. I don't think that's very appropriate. I apologise already.
Like everything else that we've said on
Yeah,
the show
true.
so far. But he also said, reminded everyone that Shubman Gill, as he put it, had a big massage while he was batting yesterday. So there's been plenty of it from both sides. But I actually think it had already gone, like with, what was the ball where he hit his finger? That was like the
third or fourth.
Third or
Yeah.
fourth. By that stage, it was already 6:29, 6:30. So I don't actually think when he hit his finger that was time wasting, because it had already gone past the point of time wasting doing them any good. So
England didn't do this at Edgbaston, right? And they ended up facing an extra over and Stokes was out. This is just our gamesmanship up to a point, professionalism, it's going to happen. I know it's not great when they're so far behind the overs, but in the circumstances, I thought it was an entertaining bit of theatre and I wouldn't take it that seriously. It's not a disgrace. I don't think it's a disgrace at all.
Occidental Tourist, we get a lot of questions from Occidental, asks, why is there apparently no appetite from the umpires to enforce the rate of play requirements?
Okay, good question.
It is a really good question.
So, I think that what happened at the end might not have happened if the umpires had kept better control of the game throughout. And that sounds very critical of the umpires, well it is, but at the same time, are the umpires empowered by the ICC to enforce anything? What can they actually do? They can say things like, come on, and I think they've done that.
But at
Come on,
times,
lads, let's get on with it.
yeah, but even at times when they've had the ball changes, it has felt like it would be faster to get a snail or a tortoise to deliver the balls out to the middle, because they've been taking ages to actually walk.
Well, I
out.
don't want to. We don't need to go through all the stuff that we talked about yesterday, but there are lots of issues within the game. But I'm not sure, to be fair to the umpires, partially fair to them, that they're empowered to make any big decisions. Maybe yellow cards would be useful. Maybe run penalties. I'm reluctant to go the run penalty way. I certainly think that people should be reimbursed. But you know what I think, because I'm terribly repetitive.
You'd say that again. Owen Riley asks,
No, he doesn't. He's our producer.
oh, no, I've done it again.
Owen Riley just asks for a modicum of professionalism.
So it's actually
He's a disappointed fella.
Richard Drew?
Yeah, that's right. Prue.
Prue.
What's the matter with you?
It's very small.
Is it not big enough for you? Just rub it and it
Oh.
gets bigger. Oh, it's pathetic. I didn't. It's pathetic. I'm sorry.
Tired.
I'm so sorry. It's very hot.
Richard,
There's been a terrible misunderstanding, and I don't have a hotel room. I have a pizza oven, and I'm so tired and hot.
I am too.
The Cricketers' award-winning team brings our subscribers news, features and insight on county and international cricket every single day. You can try us now by signing up for £1. Yes, you heard that correctly, just £1 at thecricketer.com/digital.
Richard Prue asks, we're 13 days into the series and England have taken 6 wickets with the new ball. First 10 overs of an innings.
Ball.
Ball.
Why was ball the word that was emphasised? Anyway, go.
Because it's about the new ball.
Just again.
Docile pictures and poor dukes, yes, but it's a serious concern, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
that's
a
a
fair
good
point.
one.
Yeah, I don't think you're being prudish, Richard. I think that there are definitely concerns about Chris Woakes. I love Chris Woakes, but I do think there's just a hint of Joe Biden there.
Oh, wow, that's...
Just a hint. And I very much like Joe Biden too, but and
New ball.
Jofra, for all his excellence, I mean, I don't think anyone could have asked for more of him. He's produced the fastest spells of his career in this game, twice, first and second fastest spells, I think. I thought that I am a bit worried about this apparent inability to take the ball away from the right-hander. I think, again, we talked about this yesterday. If you make the ball go one way, and Shobashir's actually got the same problem, he doesn't get any drift, I don't think. It's just a lot easier for batters to make decisions, isn't it? So, but it's early days with his return, and you couldn't have asked for more from him realistically, and it is quite a flat pitch. But I think there are still some issues with that new ball attack. I was wondering, for example, about how Ollie Robinson would have gone today, but let's not make the mistake of thinking that players automatically get better when they're not in the side. We all do that, don't we? And I think Ollie Robinson would probably admit that, would he have been brilliant today? Well, he could have been, or he could have spent the whole day on the physio's bench, couldn't he? I mean, he did that quite a few times. There was a reason he was dropped. It wasn't completely outrageous. So, I think it's a fair point. I thought Stokes was the pick of the bowlers, probably, all things considered, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And we discussed too, the whole thing about Cass is that he's
Almost there.
He's almost there. And if he gets there, then you can see that there is an awful lot to like, and there will be an awful lot to like.
Yeah, and he contributed with the bat as well.
Yeah.
There was a lot to like.
But it is absolutely a thing where it does look a bit toothless when they have the new ball in hand, and that's when you usually see an attack look their most toothy.
The other thing is, I think that India have at times batted just outstandingly well. I think KL Rahul has just been marvellous this test. And there are various times when other batters were as well. I mean, I don't know what to think about Pant. He confuses the hell out of me, but he's obviously very good at cricket. But you do have to give India a lot of credit, because I thought at times England bowled really well and probed really, really well. But Woakesy, bless him, has lost a bit of pace. I think he's lost 10% from his peak. And it does allow the batters time to adapt. And that, I think we're getting that George Clooney moment with
Well, that's better than
Biden.
Joe Biden.
Well, it was George Clooney who called out Biden,
I
wasn't
thought
it?
you were comparing Chris Woakes to George Clooney.
Oh, in a way, he's a handsome fella, isn't he? He's, the grey works, I think. He's got a great post-cricket career. He's had a brilliant career. Everyone likes Chris Woakes. I bet even Putin has a picture of Chris Woakes. Okay, come on, Woakesy, make it to 200.
Oh, that
But it
would
doesn't
be
matter. It's not
nice.
about personal
No.
stats.
But it would be nice.
It would be nice.
Reece Benjamin says,
Hello, Reece.
how many more bowling disaster classes do there have to be before England recall Leach and Anderson?
No, there has to be a zombie apocalypse, mate. It's not going to happen. I mean, there's quite a few people ahead of them, yeah? You can't keep going back to Anderson, can you?
No.
Really? I mean, brilliant
No.
career though he's had.
Yeah, you know.
He is Joe Biden. I mean, he is the same age. I mean, no, they're not going to go back at this stage. The reasons that they dropped him weren't completely outrageous or anything, and I think Liam Dawson might be the next spinner in line, though.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
And there'd be something, again, let's not make him into something he isn't. He's not sobers, but he would strengthen the batting. And for the amount of time that Shoaib is relevant in the game, maybe you need more from him than he's provided.
And like if Shoaib has the high ceiling, Liam Dawson has the high floor. Like
Right,
a bit
that-
like
that's
Chris
very, very
Wokes.
fair.
I don't think he'll let you down.
But Shoaib might yet have a really big a role to play on the final day here. So let's see. But I think they're not going to go back.
Ben Paisler asks, is it becoming clear now that India are simply the better team?
Well, it's halfway through the series, right? Just over. It's 1-1, an absolute parity in the first innings. So no, I think that's premature. I think, do you know what? I think it's two really good, well-matched sides slugging it out in a really well-contested Test series. I don't know how it's going to end.
No.
It's brilliant.
And it can change so much from test to test. I guess one of the things that Ben might be looking at is the fact that if you look at the first 10 days of play, the two tests, I think it's pretty fair to say that India have dominated 9 out of 10 days. They were the better side. Yeah.
Is that right? 1-1.
It ended up like it was that brilliant
It's a bit
chase.
we flipping murdered them, wasn't it? I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the brilliant chase.
The brilliant chase.
I don't know that you're lucky over a course of 5 days.
No, I don't think that. It doesn't matter because a test isn't about who wins one day. It's about who wins
India
the test.
could have won the first test if they'd been more ruthless.
Yeah.
They showed that ruthlessness in the second test.
Yeah.
That is true.
But I think England have been better and shown a different side and a different way of playing, and I've looked at the situation quite differently, and I think we're seeing a maturing England side. I think it's well and truly open. Oh, Occidental, you're back again. Slow rate of play is getting some traction in the wider media. Will it make any difference?
Do you know what I think might? That little incident, if that's what it was, I don't want to make it into something it wasn't, right at the end of play, because I think that happened partly because the umpires lost control of it, because there's lots of frustration. And while, as I say again, I don't completely just blame the umpires, although I do think they've got to take some responsibility. I think the ICC need to empower umpires. And as I say, maybe looking at the yellow card thing, I don't know what they can do at the moment, but there are so many. It's quite slow. It's quite slow. It's brilliant cricket, but sometimes there's so long between balls. There's so long between overs.
Well, and 8-minute drinks breaks. We had one of those today, and we might get. So this test will probably could well go deep into day 5. And if it goes at this same rate, I think we worked out we'll have lost about 2 sessions of play.
So it could make the difference between one of the sides winning and there being a draw.
Yeah.
It is hot. Make no bones about it. It's hot, and you've got to be reasonable and allow for drinks breaks, I think. But I don't expect there'll be a single day in Australia which is this cool.
No.
Is that reasonable? 30 degrees?
Yeah.
I don't understand why 30 in London is hotter than everywhere else. It genuinely does seem it.
Yes, it
If
does.
you get a day of 30 degrees in
But-
Perth, you can't believe how cold it is.
But they do play cricket in a lot hotter than 30
You don't
degrees
play
as
it
well.
anywhere colder than England.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Maybe New Zealand? Not really, though.
Scotland you do.
We don't play Test cricket there, though. So I think there may be some good to come out of it. I do think that everyone would accept that it's gone to a degree that needs to be looked at. But I say again, to be fair to the umpires, who have been a bit ineffective, obviously, what could they actually do? I mean, when people are having treatment, once the treatment started, and you've got to have, the protocols around concussion are set, and that's reasonable, it's got to happen. But when people are getting hit, I mean, could they have been harder with Punt, should Punt have been forced to retire hurt? That
I
sort of
mean, I
thing.
heard Mel Jones making some suggestions that, like, some things that were practical, and you know, that might only cut down some time. But so if someone is hit on the helmet, then when they come out to do the checks, they should just bring out a helmet rather than they come out, they do the checks, and then it was, oh, okay, and now we need a helmet, and so
Yeah,
then we
absolutely
have,
right.
like, you know, so there are common sense things that perhaps could be looked at that will just, you know, will speed some things up.
Yeah, I think that's fair. But yeah, as I say, good may come of it because it's gone to a degree, and there was that pretty notable moment at the end. I don't think any lines were crossed. I genuinely don't think any lines were crossed. If you were the bowling side, of course you'd be frustrated. If roles had been reversed, exactly the same would have happened.
Absolutely.
I think India would have prevaricated.
Yep.
And England would have
got
been full of
annoyed.
righteous fury.
Yes,
and exactly the
absolutely.
same. India were full of righteous fury. Everyone could understand why they were. I think you just got to be a bit. Yeah, we've seen a lot worse than that. It wasn't as bad as, where was it? Cardiff, when England were battling for a draw against Australia. And, you know, did you remember? They ran out gloves for Panesar and Anderson. And then they ran them out drinks. And then they spilt the drink on the gloves, so they had to get more gloves. I mean, it really was taking the piss. So it wasn't as bad as that.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Cheers.
God, stop doing that. You're going to